her amazing award-winning tummy.
Yes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ask Dad, a dad show that's not just for dads, but everyone that wants fatherly advice from a real dad. Whether you are here for the bad dad joke or to gain some insight, Will Snow is the man, the myth, and the legend, in his own mind, of course, but he knows all things. So please welcome to today's episode of Ask Dad. Oops, wrong one. You got me all fachated. You were playing with, you were messing with my board. Stop!
It's so
Keep
magical.
your paws off my board.
I love that board.
I know you do. It's mine. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ask Dad. Will Snow.
Hello.
There you go. Do you have a dad joke?
You know, I don't. I don't have a dad joke on me at the moment. I am just, for whatever reason, I have not been in a joke mood.
Which is very random because he's a dad.
I know.
And he's supposed to have a dad joke. So once again, the Capricorn of the show will
save me.
Joke. Will save. I would love to because I love you. Okay. Let's see. How do you tell a dragon's weight?
I have no idea. How do you tell a dragon's weight?
You use dragon scales.
Dragon scales.
Okay. Stop messing with my board. Oh, Will Snow, what would you like to talk about today?
Well, you know, I've been so practical in the last few episodes. I feel like it's time to get back to the heart and the soul of the show.
Back to reality. Back to life. Back to reality. I can't sing.
You weren't singing. What do you mean you can't sing? You were singing.
Not well. Nobody. wants to
okay.
Hear that.
See that there is that negative self-talk we've spoken about.
It's just, it's not negative self-talk. I can't even speak right now because I'm all tongue-tied. No, singing is not a natural gift for me, so we're just not going to do it. But I did, so there you go.
Well,
you're welcome.
Thank you.
What can I say except you're welcome? Stop touching my board. Which, depending on your frame of mind, him touching my board could be more than one.
Well, now, this is a G-rated show, right?
Well, today,
PG?
PG. PG-13.
Well, so, interestingly enough, and by the way, listeners, thank you so much for your questions and your dad jokes. I'm actually liking your dad jokes quite a bit. So a topic of conversation today. Well, actually, this has been kind of on my mind for a while, so I'll just kind of go with it. It's called living in the moment.
Living in the moment.
Living in the moment. Humans have this really interesting tendency to start projecting way in the future with things we don't understand or don't know, can't know, can't predict. And I think maybe the concept of some of the reaction about, investing and what do you know, well, the market will do this or whether it will do that and all that stuff. Again, trying to predict stuff in the future that might happen or might not happen.
True.
So we have a tendency to be out there or on the flip side, just digging in the dirt of the past and reliving moments that don't even have any relevance to where we're at today. Just don't. They don't.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
So, and what we're not really paying attention to is where we're at today. Just living in a beautiful moment, or maybe a not beautiful moment, but just experiencing the fullness of the moment that we are in. And I'm just going to say it's an interesting conundrum, right? Because we, as human beings walking around in this rather troubled world that we live in, we're immortal spirit. We are immortal energy. Immortal energy. Let's say it again. Immortal energy.
Did you want me to say it with you?
Well, you could have, but
Okay, because you
the moment
paused.
is gone.
Is it? Well, I can say it now. Immortal energy. Stop my board. I'm going to have to make you sit. I'm going to have to move your mic to the other side of the room, far, far away from
But
my
then I'll
board.
be far away from you. I don't like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So,
immortal energy.
immortal energy in human flesh, right? That's what we are. So we have potentially walked this path many, 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 many times. Many times. So, but at the same time, we're here now. So, what is this? What's this experience all about? What's it about? Why are we here? Why are we doing this? Well, we're here to enjoy these moments in life. And so many of them that are given to us. This is a gift. This is a gift.
That's why they call it the present.
It is.
I've
It
heard
is.
that.
And yeah, I know. And I'm not trying to sound, maudlin about this, but
Sure,
this
sure.
is really important to understand because when we deprive ourselves of living in the moment, then what happens is we are constantly on this treadmill, looking for the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, but never stopping and just experiencing the fullness of where we're at right now. And we are here that's exactly what we were here. We're here to experience the fullness of every moment, enjoy that, immerse ourselves in it, or not enjoy it and immerse ourselves in it, but experience it. That's the ride. That's the game. That's what we're here for. When we're done doing it in this iteration of our soul's journey, then we'll do it in another, maybe in another place, in another time. Who knows? That's not the important thing. The important thing is to be experiencing what we are experiencing here today. And I just see a lot of, and I've done it myself too, until I figured out not to do it. But it's this constant, push pull. I'm living in the past. No, I'm living in the future, and anything except to be where we're at right now. And I think it's the the experience.
Mm-hmm.
You're missing out on the experience. Just be in the experience you're in today and be content with that, whatever it is.
Okay. I agree. I absolutely agree. So, thinking of experiences from the past, if you're living in the moment and something happens and it brings up something from the past, how do you work through that to stay in that precious present moment?
Well, and a great, great question. Take a breath. Take a breath and realize where you're at right now. Right now. Just focus on where you're at right now. If you start reliving it and start thinking about it over and over and over again, you're pulling yourself out of the experience you should be experiencing today because the situation's not the same.
Right.
You can be in a similar situation, but that doesn't mean it's the same. Similar and the same are not
The same?
the same. Yeah, right. They're not equal. They're not equivalent.
Okay.
They are different. And you need to be where you're at today. Because what happens is you start thinking about something happens, something triggers you and go, yeah, I remember this situation. I've been here before. You start filling in the blanks of where your current moment, and you start filling in the blanks and you're like, oh, okay, this is the reason they're doing this, or this is the reason that they're saying this. And then what happens is you start supposing a lot of things. You start filling in a lot of blanks with a lot of false information, and then you start making decisions based off of nothing.
Mm.
So, no, you've got to kind of bring yourself back to where you're at today. It's not the same situation. There may be similarities, and you may say, okay, well, based on some of these similarities, I probably don't want to do this. Okay.
So, taking it as a lesson learned and pivoting.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Pivot? Pivot.
Oh, see, now did we do some pivoting with the move? You had a
We
pivot?
did. We did move. Moving is it's exactly, no words need to be said. That
Yeah.
sigh says it all. But yeah, moving is not the most enjoyable activity, but something that needed to happen. We can talk about that another time. We can talk about it now. We can talk about whatever you want, Will Snow.
Talk about how, we talk about the concept of having stuff.
I've gotten rid of a lot of
I
stuff.
know. I
Really
know.
have.
No, it's just it's funny. You don't realize how much stuff you accumulate. That's just the nature of our existence here in this time and space.
Absolutely.
But man, it's just
A lot of stuff.
a lot of stuff.
And purging of stuff also helps lighten the load emotionally.
This is true. It's funny how isn't it funny how emotional energy attaches to stuff?
It does.
You go, it's just stuff. Why am I feeling why am I having a feeling related to this inanimate object? It's very interesting.
And it actually can go back to something that you were just saying. Some of it comes from attachments from the past.
Yeah, they do. But then you get yourself lost in it, and you can't. The thing is, once you start getting all bound up in that, then you don't open up any room for the experience of today.
Okay.
You're all filled up. I'm all filled up with thinking about the past. I don't have any room for today, so we're just going to let all that go.
I'm nodding. I know you can't see me, but, but yeah, and I agree. Absolutely. It's, if you don't make room, purge the past and make room for the new.
And it's interesting where we see that a lot is in some of our older listeners who got their ways all set, and they're fine with what they got there, and they're not open to learning anything new. They don't want to try anything new. They don't want to experience anything. They've got all their experiences from the past, and that's enough. Well, okay. That's a choice again, and Will Snow blesses all choices.
I want to, and I know this statement is thinking about the future and not in the present moment, but I want my present to be filled up with learning and experiencing new things, which I can plan for and do in the future.
Well, okay. And that is great. It's wonderful. And you're doing it. But you're doing it in a living fashion every day. You're living in the everyday. All right? And you're opening up your heart, your soul, your mind to today's experiences.
Yes.
You're not like, oh, I want to do that because then I won't have room for it in the future. I want to have this room so I can do this thing in the future. You can always have room. We have infinite capacity to experience. That's what we're here for.
That is. And getting out of those routines, I don't know if I took a way big tangent, but like not making room for anything new, what you were just saying about, this is what I've done. This is what I like to continue to do. So that's the routine, trying to get out of the routine, like saying, hi, I like you. I'm off the app. Okay, I got to go. I have to do my laundry.
That sounds like a story.
It
I'll
is
have to
a
listen to
story.
that sometime.
Yes. Put that one in the vault. We'll talk about
Talk
that.
some more about that.
But yeah, about being able to open up and experience, to not hold yourself true to every single routine.
Right. So maybe order something different off the menu. Yeah. No.
It's like that episode of Seinfeld.
Is that
When
right?
George was, he's like in the Bizarro world, I think it was, and he's like, I usually have, chicken salad on this. He's like, I'm gonna have tuna on toast, and then he meets someone. He's like, hello, I'm George. I'm unemployed, and I live with my parents. And she's like, well, hello, because the truth, but trying different things to get different outcomes. I think that's what you're getting at.
Well, just to get yourself out of the rut. I mean, But maybe what you want to experience today is exactly what you experienced yesterday. I don't know. I don't have any heartburn with it. I'm just suggesting that for people who feel like vaguely discontent, maybe try something a little different and open yourself up to today's experience and don't worry so much about what happened yesterday and don't worry so much about what's going to happen tomorrow. Just be in today's experience
Be in the
and
moment.
let it be.
Okay, let it be. I like it. I like it, Will Snow.
Well, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's kind of magical.
He touched my board again. Oops, that was me. Okay. All right, we have a question.
Yes.
All right, listeners, thank you for continuing to write in. Today's question comes from Clarissa M. from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Ooh.
Okay.
Scottsdale's beautiful.
It is. It's one of the places I do want to go to. So, all right. Thank you for doing this podcast and for all your advice and humor. I'm writing today because my family, here we go. I'm writing today because my family is falling apart because of this stupid election. Everyone is arguing with each other. Nobody is listening. I can't stand to be in the house anymore. Even worse, I'm of voting age. My parents are telling me who they expect me to vote for, but I don't agree. I don't want to get in an argument with my siblings, my parents, or etc. All right, Clarissa. So her question is, how can I get through this election year without destroying my relationship with my family? That's a big one. That's all you, Will Snow.
Well, first of all, Clarissa, you're welcome. She thanked us for the.
Thank you, Clarissa.
So you're welcome, Clarissa. We're very happy to provide you with dad jokes and advice. That's what we're here for. So I'm glad you're enjoying that. And so your question, I won't give you my top of the mind answer would be move far, far away. But I'm not going to give you that advice because you were very grateful for the good advice we've been giving. So your parents want you to vote a certain way, do they? Well, isn't that interesting? Well, my thought to that is you have your own, you could vote any way you damn well please. What's to say you have to actually talk about it to somebody else? That's not required. You are going to vote based off of what you believe in and what your values are. And does that candidate, adhere to those values that you have one way or another? It's nobody's business but yours. So if they're trying to influence you in your decision-making process, that's fine if they have a point of view and they want to express that point of view. But if they have a point of view and they're not willing to listen to another point of view, then that's kind of on them. That's their problem. But in reality, this whole election thing is just amazing how polarized people are and how strongly they are in their convictions. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What I do think is problematic is that there is a lack of desire to listen to another opinion, because maybe another opinion has some validity too. But more to the point, you are allowed to do whatever you want in this country in terms of your election. You're not being forced to do anything.
Correct.
So just if I think in this particular situation, avoiding the conflict would probably be the better alternative. Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
That's where it ends up. But if you feel that you need to express your opinion and you're really trying to persuade them to your side of the situation or your side of the decision, that's your choice. But don't expect them to actually listen or take, just like you're not listening to them, they're not listening to you. I mean, and again, that's fine. Then don't talk about it. Just agree to disagree and move on. Because at the end of the day, nobody that is going to be elected is going to be the savior of anything. They're politicians.
True.
They they work in their own best interests
They do.
at all times, regardless of what they're saying. They're working in their own best interests and always have been and always will do. That's just the nature of that particular field.
And everybody has their own beliefs, like you were saying, their own opinions and whatever is important to them.
Right.
So
Well,
as
Clarissa's clearly younger.
yeah.
So her concept of the what's important economically is going to be different from somebody who is much older and maybe has a home.
Yeah.
It's going to be they're going to feel different about things, and that's absolutely okay. Trying to impose one's will on another human being, now that is where things start getting wacky,
Yeah.
and that's where you have to draw the line.
Yeah.
And but
And you can, absolutely. And if I'm stepping in too much, but my thought is, you can say,
not at all. You're not stepping in too much. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go
"That's
ahead.
okay. I love you." And now I have to think of what I was going to say. I got distracted by your deliciousness. It's okay to say, I appreciate your input. I appreciate your opinions. Mine are different, and it goes with that agree to disagree. But it helps, I think, to verbalize it instead of just getting the "I'm not going to talk about it, I disagree" kind of thing and walk away. And that may be how the situation may come to pass at times, but it's always best to, as you were saying in the last episode, take a deep breath.
Take a breath.
Yep.
Take a breath.
Or was that today's episode?
That was actually today.
Was it? Okay, today. So
it's all just so amazing.
It is.
It feels like,
yes. But
always.
anyway, but yeah, it's okay to take a breath, and clearly you know what's important to you, and that's really all that matters.
And I really think we should just on 3 take a breath together, okay? So Debo?
Yeah.
Okay. Close your eyes.
Are we wait? Are we going on 3 or are we going on 1, 2, 3 and then going?
We're going on 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
He made me close my eyes so he could mess with my board. Stop touching my board. I do the tech. You do everything else.
Okay.
And that means he's never going to stop touching my board. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Nor do I expect him to. And now we're
PG.
no longer PG. We're PG-13.
PG-13.
And then some. Oh, Clarissa, thank you so much for your email and your question. And I am sending as many positive vibes as I can. I hope that it works out.
And this too shall pass.
Yes.
We've been through it before. This too shall pass.
It shall. Absolutely. All right. Do you have any final words on this, Will Snow?
I probably said more than I should at this point.
All right. Do you, Will Snow, have a dad joke?
Well, do we have one from our listeners?
We do have one from one of my friends, actually.
Yes.
All right. I keep hitting my glasses on the mic, so if you keep hearing weird noises, that's it. All right. She said she wanted to thank Merriam-Webster for teaching her the meaning of the word plethora. Yeah, she said it really means a lot. Yeah. Yes. All right. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Ask Dad, the dad show of fatherly advice. I totally messed up my outro. Let me start again. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Ask Dad, the show of fatherly advice for all, with a smattering of bad dad jokes from me, of course, because for some reason the dad wasn't prepared. But I've said too much. The love is real and the man is real. So we will see you next time. And until then, please continue to send us your dad jokes and your questions to will@IWillAskDad so we can talk about it all. We can talk about the good. We can talk about the bad. And we can talk about the dad.